This email generated $20,000 and I want you to steal it. Hi there, my name's Sam Whelan from emailclosers.co, and this is for you if you are a training, education or coaching business and you have some kind of email list. I'm going to show you how you can generate some big ticket sales from it using just email. The email that I'm going to talk about today is actually 1,000 words long. Not all my emails are that long, but rather than try and read you the whole thing, I'm just going to show you a few key points, and I've linked the Google Doc of the email below, so you can just click on that and read it whenever you like. So I need to give you a little bit of backstory before I can show you the email, just to give you a little bit of context. So back in 2020, I was working with a online education business in the UK, and they did a lot of in-person events. So the events were either free or kind of low ticket, maybe £100, $100, something like that to attend. They would give on like a one-day masterclass workshop. This was actually on digital marketing for small business owners, and then during the event they would then pitch their coaching program, and a small percentage would sign up, but obviously it would make them very profitable because it's like a high ticket coaching offer. Now this was in around March, April 2020, so obviously you will remember that's when the lockdowns in the UK first started, and then all of a sudden they couldn't do their live events and they had no way to sign up more of their coaching clients. Now, the good news was that they had an email database of about 900 past attendees to their in-person workshops and live events in their CRM. At that point, they hadn't been doing any follow-up, so they would just run an event, they would get some new clients, and then they would move on and start promoting the next event or start promoting one of their other sort of lower ticket products. So I suggested to them, look, I've recently learned this email closer model. Again, this was back in 2020, so it's been doing this for 5 or 6 years now. And the guy running it was obviously quite keen to give it a go because it gave them a different way to sign up some new coaching clients without having to run these online live events, workshops, whatever, because this system we use is just using email. So let me just walk you through the sort of email closer model very briefly. If you want to watch a full training on this, you can do on this channel. Again, there's the link below. You can go through, and I've got a 28-minute free training on exactly how this model works. But basically, in short, you send an email broadcast to your list to get the right kind of clients to raise their hand and say, yes, I'm interested in your offer. We use a call to action, which is to get them to reply back for more information. The second step is to then qualify them. So we send 2 or 3 questions just to make sure that they're a good fit and they have everything we need for them to get a good result with us and for us to help them. And then the third step is if they meet that qualification criteria, we then send them the full offer, which I call like an offer invitation, because you're inviting them to work with you and you're laying out everything you're going to do together and the outcome that they're going to get, the pricing and all the rest of it, without having to do like this company was doing live events or sales calls or any of that kind of stuff. No funnels, just very, very simple. All right, so that's the breakdown of the email closer model. Again, there's a free training linked below, and also the email I'm about to go over is linked below as well, so you can have it for free. The offers that we were promoting, there was an offer for £5,000, and then there was another mastermind offer for £15,000, and this email generated a £15,000 sale, which is just shy of $20,000. All right. So let's dive in. Let me make myself a little bit smaller so you can see. There we go. So the first thing I want to point out is, this offer was for business owners who are making around £100,000 per year, and they want to scale up and get some help from the guru of this company who they already knew. So it's a good point as well. Like, this was a small email list of only 900 names, but because they knew the company, they'd been to one of their events, obviously it makes it much easier to then upgrade them into a higher ticket program like this. This is not just going to a cold audience. I think that's an important piece of context to remember. So the subject line, revenue stuck at around 100k, question mark. So basically we're calling out who we want to open the email. That's an important point because you can use your subject line almost like a way to segment your list and say, right, I want this type of person who's relevant for this offer to open this email. So if they have their revenue stuck at around 100k, they're going to open that email. Okay, so it's really that simple. It doesn't always have to be, people talk about using benefits and curiosity in your subject lines, and obviously there is a time and a place for that, but sometimes you can literally just call out who you want to open the email and take it from there. Next part I've highlighted is, the opening is the sort of a classic if-then statement, and you just want to make it fun to read. So look, if you want to go from 100k a year to 100k per month without having a divorce, a heart attack, or turning into an alcoholic, it's kind of a little of humour there, but it's also a bit of dark humour because clearly that kind of thing does happen with entrepreneurs who are work incredibly hard and they focus on the business and the family life suffers and blah blah blah, and then we talk a little bit about that further down as well. Next part of the email is in all seriousness though, and then we start listing some specific problems / symptoms that this market has. So missing dinners at home and precious time on the weekends with family is something, it's not just a problem, it's a symptom of the problem of them having to, they got into business, but they're having to work a lot harder than they're expected. A lot of business owners get into business for freedom, but then they end up working longer hours than they would do at a job, for example. So this is something specific that might be happening to them that they can actually point to and say, shit, I've got that. I've got this problem. What can he do to help me out? All right, scrolling down a little bit. Again, not going to read it all because you can just read it on your own. Right, so basically in all the emails we write, we want to give the reader a key sort of insight or braingasm, aha moment, into their problem. So they're kind of thinking, oh wow, I've never thought about it that way before. That's why I haven't been able to solve my problem. I've been focusing on the wrong thing, or this is not, you're just sort of giving them a little shift in perspective. And it really helps to sort of position yourself as an expert, but it also gets them addicted to kind of reading your emails, and they come back more and more because the insights that you're giving them is, it's kind of addictive and makes them want to keep reading. So the insight here is, in order to work less and make more, we need to become a business owner instead of just a hard-working entrepreneur. Okay, so that's the sort of insight we want to give them. Basically, they're working too hard in the business, they need to step back and become a business owner, and the guru is going to sort of help them and show them how to do that. Again, I'm just going to scroll down. As you can see, it's quite a long email. It's 1,000 words. In hindsight, I probably could have made this email a bit shorter, actually. I wrote it, around 5-6 years ago now. Right. This next part is, okay, so then we start talking about the outcomes that they can get once they become, the business owner rather than the busy entrepreneur working in the business. And then that sort of creates a gap from where they are now to where they want to be. All right, scroll down a little bit more, and then we're talking about what's happening. So he's saying, look, I'm looking for 1 or 2 new coaching clients to join my mastermind, and he's going to help them do what he's been able to do in his business. So he's saying, look, and we start talking about the plan that they're going to follow once they join the mentorship, the mastermind, which is really important. Sometimes people leave out or they make it too vague, is to actually show them exactly what they're going to do and get done together to get the result that they want. So he's saying, we use the same internet marketing strategies which allowed me to make 2 million online in 3 years when I first started, and go on to create multiple businesses with combined sales of 25 million without having to do all the work of 10 people at once. So yeah, we're saying the without is obviously quite important, because they might already know how to get a certain result, but there are certain things that they don't want to do. So we put that sort of without in there to make it much more appealing to them. Yeah, and then we're just sort of, again, selling it to them a little bit, saying it won't take too long. But then this is quite an important point. We're saying, look, it's not going to be cheap. This is a mastermind. So we're adding in a qualifier, and we're pushing away the people that we don't want. Just being honest that it's about the cost up front, and just being very, having radical honesty, and it just makes the whole thing, all the earlier claims, when you do this, it makes the earlier claims more believable. Copy tip you can use in your emails or any of your sort of marketing messages, whenever you make a claim or state a big benefit, is to wind it back a little bit afterwards and say, look, let me rub off some of the sugar coating and say, look, it's going to be difficult, but if you follow these steps, blah, blah, blah. So yeah, just give that a go. And then final parts. We're talking about the cost of them staying the same, basically. So you're going to pay one way or another. You're going to pay, if you don't do this, you might end up paying more in time, money, and energy. If you don't get this figured out now, you're going to stay stuck working long hours, not making the money you could be making. So we're just making that argument, because a lot of the time your prospects, the biggest competition you have is not with your competitors, it's with them choosing just to stay the same and not do anything, basically. Final part, yeah, so we're just re-emphasizing when this is going to start. He's got limited capacity, and then basically we're asking them to email us back if they want more details, and that's what happened in this case. We had a lady reply back to this email. We then sent her a few qualifying questions, one of which was, are you making already over 100 grand a year? So we get their answers, make sure that they're a good fit. We send them the offer invitation, which I'll make another video on that because it's too much to cover in just one video. And that offer invitation just lays out exactly what they're going to do together, how it's different to what they've tried before, and then sort of includes the pricing and sort of positions that pricing to be sort of, a no-brainer in terms of the value that they're going to get. And that was it. Then we just follow up, send them a payment link, and she enrolled, and that was a £15,000 sale. No sales calls, no live events, no funnels, no challenges, no workshops, none of that stuff, just all over email, because these people were already warm in the audience, and it just took making an offer, and we were able to make the sale. So I hope you enjoyed this. The email is below, and if you'd like a full training on this email closer model, there's the link below as well. You can watch it and see exactly how it works. All right, cheers, bye.